This week on Route 66. Here's your host, Tim Clark.
Well, good morning. Welcome to another episode of This Week on Route 66. Today we're featuring the upcoming 2024 Birthplace of Route 66 Festival in Springfield, Missouri. But first, a quick message from Nick.
Do you have an announcement, a news item, or a product promotion that you'd like to share with the Route 66 community? There are three different options for you to share your information. Option 1, call into our studio hotline anytime, any day, and record your voice message. Or Option 2, call in for a voice conversation with a host. Or Option 3, schedule an online video interview. It's free and a fun way to get your information out to the Route 66 community. See our Facebook page for more information. And now back to Tim for more This Week on Route 66.
Today, John Sellers is joining us from the History Museum on the Square in Springfield, Missouri. Welcome, John.
Good morning. Welcome to the History Museum.
Great. So, before we start, can you briefly tell us about the History Museum on the Square?
We got our start as a bicentennial museum in 1976 and have grown and morphed through the years. And we opened in 2019 in our current location in a state-of-the-art museum that tells the story of this place we call home, all the way from prehistory up through Route 66 and the middle of the 20th century. We have one whole floor of Route 66 exhibit with everything from a 66-foot-long wall that has a map of the entire route of Route 66 on one side of it, and on the other side is a timeline of the history of Route 66 from its very inception until it was closed.
So I got to ask you about the telegram and the name of the event. Can you tell us about the telegram and what makes Springfield, Missouri special regarding Route 66?
Route 66, at the time of its formation, was the brainchild of a man named Cyrus Avery from Tulsa and other people, including John T. Woodruff from here in Springfield. And they all happened to meet here. They had been initially offered the number 60 for their highway, and they thought that was great. But then it was taken away, and they were offered 62 in its place. And they didn't like the idea of being second best or number 2. So they said, we're just going to think about it for a while. Well, they happened to have a meeting here in April of 1926. And at that meeting, they realized that the number 66 was available. And so after some discussion, they sent the telegram from here at the Colonial Hotel to Washington, D.C., asking that they be awarded the number 66. And so in August of that year, 1926, they were given that number, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Great. So with the name of Birthplace, tell us about Birthplace of Route 66 Festival that's coming up.
The festival started as a very small car show and event, and over the last 12 years, has developed into something that just pretty much has a mind and a steam of its own. Over 600 antique cars, music shows going nonstop on 3 different stages across the downtown area, events inside and outside of other buildings. It's added a motorcycle segment where Harley Davidson comes in with a big display, and there's motorcycle daredevils and things like that. And it just continues to grow until now. The 3 days pretty much fill the entire downtown area of Springfield, and we'll have 20, 30, 40,000 people, depending on how the weather is.
So you just mentioned 3 days. Now, this is not a one-day event. This goes on for 3 days. Is that correct?
It goes on for 3 days. It is August 8th through the 10th, and there's cars. You can walk a long way, just doing nothing but looking at cars. And it's amazing. Friday night at 6 o'clock, there's a parade of all the cars. The parade's over a mile long, and it runs through the downtown area. And then there's other events on Saturday at the downtown stage, and so on. It's an amazing long 3-day show.
So with Springfield, Missouri being in the heart of Americana, I'm sure this is a family-friendly event.
Absolutely. We have we have stuff going on of all kinds. The Chevy dealers have come in and they're put up a display showing juxtapositioning old cars with new cars and things like that. I mean, there's just something new every year. It's never the same.
So with families with maybe young children, young kids, is there any activities for the younger folks?
There are, and one of the things on the route there is our Discovery Center, which is a science museum, and then of course the History Museum. The kids, it's a very interactive museum with a lot of electronics and things to touch and move and learn from, and it's really kid friendly.
So if viewers want more information on either the History Museum on the Square or the birthplace of Route 66 Festival, how can they get more information? Do you have some social media sites that they can view?
We have a website. It's historymuseumonthesquare.org, historymuseumonthesquare.org. And that'll tell you about everything that pretty much you want to know. And got photographs and upcoming events. We have some history tours, and then around Halloween we have a wonderful haunted tour that we take, and then for the festival it's Route 66, the number 66, Route 66 Festival SGF.com, Route 66 Festival SGF.com, and they can go there and get online and see everything that's going on. The schedule of musical events takes 3 pages, and
wow.
So there's every kind of band imaginable. It's really amazing.
Great. Well, before we go, do you have any other information you'd like to tell our viewers?
We'd love to have you come by and see us, learn about this place we call home. Our museum is open Wednesday through Saturday from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and on Sunday from 1 to 5. And we're very, very kid friendly and very family friendly, and we'd love to have you come by and see us.
Great. So be sure to attend the upcoming 2024 Birthplace of Route 66 Festival in Springfield, Missouri. And thank you, John, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching This Week on Route 66. Feel free to share this video link with your friends and family, and be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, keep getting your kicks on Route 66.